Hello everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we'll discuss part 5 of chapter Adjective. In this session, we'll practice some questions based on adjectives, the concepts which we have already learnt in earlier parts. So let's practice, let's begin with the session. In this session, we'll see an exercise of spotting errors that you might overcome in your exam. You will be given a sentence of which some parts are divided. Now you have to select that part that contains the error. For example, in this sentence, it is most essential for us to reach the station before noon, lest we should miss the train. Now look at the sentence carefully. We have the first part. It is most essential for us to reach the station. Now, here a word is written that is essential. This is an adjective. But we are not comparing anything to anyone. So, the use of superlative degree of adjective is not required over here. In fact, we are focusing on the word essential. This is very important. This is very essential. This is crucial. And to show this, we need not use the word most. In fact, we can use the word very over here. So it is very essential for us to reach the station before noon, lest we should miss the train. Lest is used as otherwise. It is a negative word. And it is always followed by should. This is a coordinating conjunction that we will discuss later on again. So it is very essential for us to reach the station before noon. Otherwise, we can miss the train. So, you're very essential. It shows the cruciality of the time. It shows the importance of the time. Therefore, A part is our answer. That means A contains the error. Part A contains the error. So, A is the correct answer. Very should be used in place of most. Now, let's move to the second sentence. The after morning, she woke up to the first ray of light through the window. In the very first part, here it is written the after morning. What does it mean? Maybe possible they are trying to say the morning that is being followed. It means the next morning. It is not after morning. The suitable word is next. So here the word next is suitable instead of after. So the correct answer is next should be used in place of after. So again, the part that contains error is A. So our answer should be A. Now, in case of sentences or in case of these types of sentences, that is spotting errors, you just have to tell or you just have to select that part that contains the error. You need not rectify the error. But in case of sentence improvement, we need to rectify the sentences as well. We have to select an option that can substitute the incorrect part. So it is very important to learn all the concepts carefully. Just because if there is a spotting error concept, if there is a spotting error question, we can maybe locate where the error is by just reading the sentence. But sometimes we do not know the rectification of that particular wrong part. So it is very important to know each and every concept, because if sentence improvement questions come, we have to rectify them as well. So we have to learn the right concept so that we can identify the wrong one. Also, we can replace it with the right one. So let us move to the next question now. Frank Lloyd Wright has been acclaimed by colleagues as the greater of all modern architects. Now, acclaimed, it means maybe called, maybe given the title. So Frank Lloyd Wright has been acclaimed by colleagues as the greater of all modern. Now, here all word is written. It means one is compared among all. One is compared to all. Whenever we use word all, it suggests a superlative degree of an adjective should come over there. Whereas this is a comparative degree of adjective which is used when only two persons are compared when two persons are compared with each other. Now here the word greater is incorrect and it should be replaced with greatest, that is the superlative degree of adjective. Also, we use the, that is definite article, only before the superlative degree of adjectives, not with the comparative degree of adjectives. So the correct sentence will be Frank Lloyd Wright has been acclaimed by colleagues as the greatest of all modern architects. We should keep one thing in mind, that we cannot use all other. We have to use only all. We cannot use other with the word all. With any we can use any other, but with all we cannot use all other. Now the next sentence. So the correct answer is greatest should be used in place of greater, because greater is comparative degree when word is compared to, when one person is compared to another. Now the next sentence. One of the most widely spread bad habits is the use of tobacco. Now if we use a phrase one of the and it is followed by a superlative degree of adjective, it should always be followed by plural noun. Plural noun. Whether it is followed by a superlative degree or not, but it should be followed by plural noun only. Because we can select one from many, or one from two or many, two or more than two, but we cannot select one from one. For example, if I have only one apple, can I say one of one apple? I want one of these apples, one of one apple. No, it can be one bite from this apple, but with one apple, I cannot take a part of it. I cannot have one of it because I have only one. But if I have two and I ask for one, yes, I can take. And two is always plural. So here it is clear that if we want to take one of something, the things should be plural, out of which I'm selecting or I'm picking one. Only from the plural I can take one. So though our subject is one, but we should have plural noun. So in this sentence, one of the is correct, most widely spread is correct. It's a superlative degree of adjective. Then bad habits, that is plural noun. So this is also correct. Is also correct because is a verb which depends on the subject, and subject is one, which is singular. So verb is also singular verb. So the entire part of the sentence is correct. There is no error in the sentence. So sometimes this happen as well. We may encounter sentences that contains no error. So this can only be happened if we know the concepts very well. If we know the concepts very well, we are able to identify whether the sentence is correct or incorrect. We can identify both of these. Otherwise, we will find a error necessarily, though it contains or not. So in this sentence, everything is correct. So our answer will be D. There is no error. The sentence is absolutely correct. So here we have no error in the sentence. Now the next one. The price of my dress is higher than that of yours. Now here we are talking about price. That the price of my dress is higher than that of yours. It means two dresses are being compared, mine and yours, and the price of my dress is higher. So comparative degree has been used. That is correct. That of replaces dress, that is noun. This is also correct. So entire sentence is absolutely correct. So again, D will be our answer. That is no error. Now, a kind of error comes from this part of the sentence. These types of sentences. What? Let us take an example. Suppose the sentence was written, the climate. It is a previous year question that has come in that has been asked in an exam. The climate of Pune is better than the climate of Mumbai. Now, this was the sentence asked in some exam. Now, what is the error in this sentence? We know well that to avoid the repetition of noun, we use pronoun just to avoid that particular repetition of noun. Now, in this sentence, we can see a word that is the climate is used again later in the sentence. The climate of Pune is better than the climate of Mumbai. So, just to avoid this repetition, we can use demonstrative pronoun to replace this noun. So, then that of, we can use the climate of Pune is better than that of Mumbai. So, here the climate can be replaced with that, but in this case, that has already been used in place of dress. So this sentence is absolutely correct, whereas there is a rectification in the sentence, that is, the climate should be replaced with that. So in this manner also, some questions can be asked from these types of sentences. Now let us move to the next sentence, to the next question. The price of my dress is higher than that of yours. So D is the correct answer. That is no error. So this is the sentence that we have already read. Now this box is heavy than the other. Now whenever we compare two things with each other, one to compare to two. So we use then and also comparative degree of adjective. Now how to convert a positive degree into comparative? We see the syllable. How many syllables are there in a sentence? Suppose we have a word happy. Now we have one syllable only. And if we have only one syllable in a sentence, in a word, in an adjective, we use er to convert that particular word into comparative degree. For example, it should be converted like heavier. So the box is heavier. Y should be replaced with IER. Then the other. So here comparative degree is required, not positive degree of adjective. Positive degree can be used like this box is as heavy as the other one. So that is positive degree because both the box are heavy to the same extent. So there we could use positive degree of adjective. But in this case, we need a comparative degree only. That's why the correct sentence will be this box is heavier than the other. So the correct answer will be, as comparison is being made between two boxes, the comparative for heavy should be heavier, should be used in place of heavy. So here the error is in part B. So our answer will be part B. Now the next sentence is, we have to reach there at 10. Will you please walk little faster? Now we know well, we have already discussed the word little. That little means negligible. That is of no value. We have already discussed this earlier. Now, if I say little faster, it means you need not walk fast. You are walking at the correct speed. But if I say a little faster, means you need to move, you need to run a little fast. You need to walk a little faster of it. You need to enhance your speed. So here the word little is incorrect. In fact, a determiner A should come before it, or an article A should come before it. So the correct sentence will be a little faster. We have to reach there at 10. Will you please walk a little faster? Just because if you increase your speed, only then we can reach there by the time. So here a little should be used in place of little. The Department of Fine Arts has been criticized for not having much required courses scheduled for this semester. Now we know well about quantitative adjective and numeral adjective. So we have a numeral adjective and a quantitative adjective. Numeral adjectives are used for countable nouns, and quantitative are used with uncountable nouns. The countable nouns we use numeral adjective, and for uncountable nouns we use quantitative adjective. Now if we talk about the word many, many is used with countable nouns. For example, we can say there are many stars in the sky. So stars are countable and we can use many with them. But on the other hand, we have quantitative, that is much. Much is used with uncountable nouns like many. Uncountable nouns like milk. For example, much milk, much water, like that. So here we have a word courses, and these are countable nouns. Courses is countable nouns. When we have countable noun, it should be preceded by a numeral adjective, not quantitative. So much should be replaced with many over here. So it should be many required courses scheduled for this semester, not much required courses. So here the Department of Fine Arts has been criticized for not having many courses or most required courses. Here we can say, basically we are talking about importance, so most can be used. Basically when we have many or much, then more, then most. Same way much. Much, more, most. So the Department of Fine Arts has been criticized for not having most required courses scheduled for this semester or many required courses scheduled for this semester. So any word can come over here. Now again, except for few days, it means we are eliminating some days. Few days refers to no days, or because few is used in negative sense, that is negligible. Whereas we here want to state that except for some days in a year during the monsoon, the river cannot flow on its own. So here the correct sentence will be few should be replaced with a few. We use few in a negative sense, whereas a few in a positive sense. A few means some. A few states some. So except for some days or a few days. So it will be like except for a few days in a year during the monsoon, the river cannot flow on its own. So here few should be replaced with a few. Now the next sentence, the auction conducted by the bank will be price based using multiple priced method. Again, here it is written priced. Priced is basically a participle, or priced is not a word. Basically, we need a noun to qualify it, and multiple is an adjective. We need a noun for a qualifier. A noun is qualified with an adjective. A noun is qualified by an adjective. Now this word priced is not suitable over here. It should be multiple price method, not multiple priced method. So priced should be replaced with price. That is correct. The auction conducted by the bank will be price based using multiple price method. So it is a kind of method. Method is also a noun. Price is also a noun, not priced. So here error is in part C. That means C part contains the error. So we have done various sentences based on the concepts of adjectives. They can be more spotting errors as well that we will discuss later on in other exercises. There are many other sentences come from this part as well, like the use of any and any other, as I told you last time as well. Any is used for different categories when we are comparing between different categories, and when we are comparing the things or comparing two things of the same category, we use any other. For example, if I say this writer has written more poems as compared to that one, or he has written more poems than any other any other writer. So we use any other because we are, suppose I can say, this poet is more intelligent than any other poet. We are comparing both the poets, or a poet with all the other poets. But if I say this poet is better than any actor, this poet is better than any actor. Now, poet and actor, they both are of different categories. If they both are compared with each other, so we use any, not any other. So in this manner, we can use any or any other. There are some more words as well. For example, if we compare two things together, if we compare two things with each other, and we have a category like one person, two qualities, or two person, one quality when compared between them. Suppose Ravi is tall, then rich. So in this case, person is one and his two qualities are being compared between each other. So in this case, we do not use er. In fact, we use only the word more to make it comparative. Ravi is more tall than rich. But if I say Ravi is taller than Rohit, now in this case, we have two persons and one quality that is being compared between them. So in case of one person, two qualities, we use only the word more to convert the word into comparative. But if we have two persons and only one quality of them is being compared between each other, we use er or more according to the syllable. So this is the basic criteria of comparing and using comparative negative adjectives. So these are some extra points and extra rules of spotting errors in a sentence. So that's all for adjectives. We'll meet in the next session with a new chapter. Thank you.